Hello everybody, this is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo. I have a few minutes before I have to skedaddle out of here. Our dance group is going to be performing today, but I still have an hour before I have to leave, so I thought I would show you how to make some jewelry. So for today's project, I'm using some things I got from Jesse James. I have an unboxing of the Yellowstone Magical Mystery Box that I opened up the other day, and I am using a couple of things I got from that. I'm going to be using this item, which came from the, let's see, what is it? The Montana Sky Blue Bead Mix. And then I'm going to be using this little glass crystal that came from the Yellowstone Bead Mix. I'm also going to be using some 20 gauge antique brass wire, and then I have this Rolo chain that's also in antique brass, and then I'm going to need one jump ring. We're making a necklace and then some earrings to go with it. The necklace, you do not need a clasp though. This is just something that's easy to just put over the head when you take it off or put it on, and it's a great layering piece too. So we are going to need some round nose pliers, some type of flat nose, chain nose pliers, and then some wire cutters. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little flat halite bead, and I'm going to stick my wire in there, and I think I'm going to have this be where I'm going to draw up my wire. This side has a lot more crackling in it, and I want that to show. This has less crackling. So I'm just going to put that like this, and probably leave, I don't know, I'm not good at estimating here, about 2.5 inches showing. And then I'm just going to draw my wire up from the bottom. And then I am just going to wrap a couple times. Well, actually more than a couple times. I want this to be a very messy, organic looking wrap. And so I'm just going to wrap until I like it. And I want it to be kind of thick. Okay, I'll go ahead and cut that off. Finish the wrap. And I'm going to, once I finish the wrap, I want to make sure that I tuck in my wire. So once I have my wire tucked in, which I found a place kind of underneath here to tuck it in, you want to make sure that's not scratching out to scratch you. The next thing I like to do is I like to make a little squiggle in this area here where the wire is. You don't have to do it. It is a little loose. It's not going to come apart. Maybe you want that movement. I don't. So I'm just going to take my flat nose pliers here, and I'm going to find a little area, and I'm going to gently twist. And that just tightens it a little bit. And then I'm going to do another one. And gently twist. And I think it gives it a little bit more interest too. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this little crystal and we're going to just put it on the wire. And then now we're going to make our bail. And we want to, depending on how big you want your bail, is how far you come on your pliers here. I usually like to come a little toward the top middle. And then I'm just going to wrap it around. And again, I'm just doing a messy wrap. And I'll adjust my loop here as soon as I get it all wrapped. And then I just need to find a place to tuck that wire in. You do need to be careful when you are tucking your wires in. You don't want your pliers to be right on your bead because you could crack your bead. That's a lot of reason why I don't actually show me tucking it in on my videos, because I like to, I need to put them up close to my eyes so I can make sure that I'm not cracking my bead. So let me tuck this in and then we'll go on to the next step. We are almost finished with our necklace. The only other thing we have to do is determine the length we want for our chain. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my chain and I'm going to kind of wrap it around, and I want to figure out where I want this to fall, okay? But at the same time, I need to be able to also get it over my head. So for instance, if you wanted it to fall here, you're not going to be able to get it over your head, so you will need a clasp. This one's going to be a longer piece though, and probably will want it about right there. And I want to make sure I can get it over my head, which I can. I have to take my glasses off though. Let's see how long this is. I actually added another inch, which made it a 26-inch piece. And so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of my flat nose pliers and I'm going to open up this Rolo chain. I don't have to cut it. I need to find the opening. Let's see, where is the opening? There we go. I'm going to open it up. Make sure the clasp that I open actually, there it is. It fell off, but I can put it on there. Not a big deal. Make sure it's closed good there. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open my jump ring. And I'm going to put one side of the chain, and then I'm going to put my pendant. And then I'm going to put the other side of the chain, but I want to make sure it's not twisted. And put it on there like that. And close her up, and you have your necklace all finished. And I've actually made 2 of these now, so I can put these in my shop. Aren't they pretty? When I get done with the earrings, I will actually show you what all this looks like on. So speaking of, let's move on to the earrings. The first pair of earrings are just a very simple pair of earrings. I am using the same mix, the Montana Sky and the Yellowstone mix. These came from the Yellowstone mix. I absolutely love these beads. They remind me of turtle shells. And then I'm using these little crystal rondelles that were in there. And then from the Montana Sky, I'm using this faceted howlite. So I have a brass head pin, antique brass head pin, and I'm going to put the little tortoise shell looking bead on first, and then the crystal rondelle, and then the faceted howlite, and just make a basic loop here. Bend this at a 90-degree angle. Trim it off. Make you a loop with your round nose pliers. Open it up. Put the ear wire on. Close it up, and you have a nice little pair of earrings. Very organic looking. They were very simple. I would wear these in the summer with maybe a little white sundress or something like that. And then in the fall, I think they would really look nice in the fall. All right, let's go to the next pair of earrings. For the next pair of earrings, we're using one of these briolet style halite beads. They have their top drilled there. And then one of these, I'm trying to think what shape these are. They're not really they're an odd shape. Little citrine, dark citrine crystal that came from, let's see, this came from the Montana Sky. This came from the Yellowstone mix. And then I'm using a ear wire and jump ring that are antique brass. And then I have about 5.5 inches of 20 gauge antique brass wire. So what we do is we just put the wire inside the hole there. And you want to have one side a little bit longer than the other. Not much though. And I don't even think it really matters that much. We have enough to work with. And then I'm going to bend the wire up on both sides. And then, trying to figure out the best way to show you this. Okay. So we're going to take the shorter piece and we're going to wrap around in a messy form. I want this to look very organic. You just take your pliers and hang on. And then you're going to wrap around. Now, if you wanted this to be neat, you could wrap around a couple times and clip it. But like I said, I want this to look really organic. And I'm going to use most of this wire to wrap here and there and everywhere. And once I get it all wrapped, I will clip off the excess and tuck it in. Which I may not have some excess. So I'm going to tuck that little piece in and then I'll show you the next step. So there you have that. And you know what? You could just make your little loop and do some more messy wrapping around there and have your earring. But I want to add a little bit of bling. So I'm going to put this crystal on the top. And then I'm going to use my round nose pliers to make a loop at the top and do some more messy wrapping and tuck in that wire. You need to be careful. We have a crystal here. We don't want to wrap it too tight or to get on top of that crystal and crack it. Okay, I'm going to finish wrapping this and tucking in that in there, and I'll be back. All right, that's all tucked in. The next thing we're going to do is open up our ear wire and hang it and close it back up. And here's our second pair of earrings. I love them. So we have this pair of earrings, and then we have this pair of earrings. And then we have a couple of necklaces. Which one do you like the best with the necklace? I'll be honest, I'm not really for sure which one I like the best. I think they both go really well. Let me put them on for you so you can see what they look like on. And here's what it looks like on. And you can wear it either with the wire showing or on the other side. You can wear it layered or not. Personally, I like it layered. Maybe not with this piece, but I'm sure we all have pieces that it would look really good layered. Here are the earrings. We've got the briolet style, and then we have the little turtle. I don't know which of these earrings I like best. Anyway, these are going to be up in my shop, but right now I got to get my shoes on and skedaddle out of here because it's almost time for me to be up at the senior center to dance. Anyway, I hope y'all have a fantastically wonderful day. This is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo signing out for now. Bye-bye.